Tim Duncan, also known as the Big Fundamental, is one of the all-time greats, if not the best to ever play at the power forward position. Recently inducted into the Hall of Fame, as he should be. He was insane, iconic for his bank shots and his post hooks. He had the post moves that were just crazy, man. He was so good. Anyway, so today we're going to show you how to make an iconic Spurs-style Tim Duncan build. So we're going to quickly grab his number here, which is 21, of course. And there we go. So Tim Duncan was so dominant in the post, and he was also a great defender. So for this build, we want to go with the blue and green pie chart here, which is going to give us Hall of Fame finishing and shooting. So, whoops, I picked the wrong physical profile here. Sorry guys, the wrong pie chart. We actually want to go to the second one, which you don't see many people pick very often. But it's going to give us less speed. But Timmy D, you know, Tim Duncan wasn't very fast. Let's be honest. But he was pretty strong, and he did have a pretty good vert. So we're going to chuck on that one. Now, we're going to max out that close shot, max out that post hook. We know how good Tim Duncan was with that. Then, go over here, max out our midi and our three. I know Tim Duncan was insane with the mid-range, and he was, you know, he was pretty good with the three too. And then we're going to chuck up that post fade. Now, Tim Duncan could shoot free throws, but we're not going to have those on this build. I'm sure if you can, if you know how to time your free throws, you will be fine there. Plus, that's only for like rec center, bro. When you're really going to need your free throw up, for real. You know what I'm saying? If you're taking this to park, which is so fun in park, this build, it's going to be a really, really good time. And you're not going to need that free throw, or in Pro-Am, or any of the rest of the stuff. So let's go now onto our defense right here. We're going to max out our rebounding and our block. We're going to start with our steal now and our interior defense. Now we're going to just drop it off our steal until we get to 59, so we have those 9 defensive badges. Now, of course, Tim Duncan probably would have had a few more, but it's going to get the job done. We have all the things that Tim Duncan was good at. Of course, he wasn't the best out on the perimeter, but he was so dominant inside. Nearly had not even a triple-double, but a quad-double, and he had tons of triple-doubles along with that. And a quad-double would have been with all the blocks he got too. But now, of course, Tim Duncan, dominant in the paint and had some of the best post moves. So we're going to bump that one up, and then we're going to bump up his pass accuracy too. And we're actually going to put that at about 60 for now. And the reason we're doing that is because I'm going to put the rest into standing dunk, and that should be maxed out now, I believe. Now, if I do check that, this is one way you could do it, right? But you only get 9 playmaking and 18 finishing. Now, personally, although Tim Duncan, you know, he definitely could dunk, he didn't do it that much, right? So I'm actually going to take these off here until we get to 73 there, and put the rest on until we can get 13 here if we want, or if we drop down, I'm pretty sure we can get 13. Okay, there we go. Bam. So there's 13 playmaking. That's going to help us out a ton as well. Now, I went with the body shape defined. Of course, Tim Duncan is 6'11". The body shape doesn't really matter though. And we're going to drop his weight all the way down. Now, we are going to lose some strength in this process, but that's all good. We're going to find that nice sweet spot now, which is here at 209 pounds. And look at that. He's still got, you know, he's able to defend the perimeter a tad better now. He's still got that good interior defense too. With 66, sorry. Now you're going to max out his wingspan, and although it's going to drop down his mid-range and his 3 into the 60s, right, and his post fade is going to stay at 85. Look at what that does to your finishing and your defense there. You get a 90 close shot, very Tim Duncan-esque. 84 standing dunk, once again, a very Tim Duncan-like statistic. And then we have an 89 post hook, which is mega Tim Duncan. You know, he's just so good with the post hook, bro. We have really good rebounding, really good block, and a pretty good steal too. And with that 75 vertical, it's going to be really good. Now, 2 takeovers here, a rim protector or post scorer. If you're looking to play, you know, and be competitive with this build, I'd probably say go with rim protector. But post scorer is, you know, what Tim Duncan would have on this game. But really, it is up to you. And what is my ball doing? It's not even attached to my player. That's how skinny he is. That's pretty weird. So there we go. We're going to get an interior finisher there. So now let's go check out the badges. as we're loading in here, we'll see we do have quite a lot of badges on this build too. Look at that. We have 9 defense, 13 playmaking, 16 shooting, and 16 finishing. So we have a good amount of shooting and finishing, and both of them are on Hall of Fame, as well as a good amount of playmaking here. And you know, we can get the defense done too. So, first of all, what do we need? Deep hooks. Deep hooks is definitely a Tim Duncan type thing. Back down punisher as well. It's very useful if we're going to that post up there. Now, Pro Touch I'd suggest because it actually works with deep hooks as well, especially if you use your Pro Stick. Next up, I'd probably say Contact Finisher, and that's probably it. I mean, you could change this out, put on Relentless, put on Putback Boss, but personally, I'd chuck on Contact Finisher. You could even chuck on, you know, Consistent Finisher, really. But really, the main one that you need is Contact Finisher, and this is going to be the setup we go with for all the badges. The good thing about this build is it's not about having the most badges, but the badges you have are perfectly utilized for how you're going to use this build. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you do. Now we're going to chuck on Deep Fades, because of course we're going to want to use that post fade from time to time. We're going to chuck on that Hall of Fame corner specialist, Timmy Duncan. Lethal from the corners, of course. Hot Zone Hunter and Range Extender, and that's going to be all. Now, of course, you could swap some of these out. Say you don't want to be hitting as many fades, right? You could go and put on Catch and Shoot or something. But personally, I actually really like this right here. I think this is a really, really, really good setup. Also, if you didn't want to have this on Hall of Fame, you could chuck on Green Machine. But personally, I think Corner Specialist on Hall of Fame works really well. So that's what I would run for my shooting. Now, going over to our playmaking, doesn't seem like we have a lot of options here. However, a lot of these are actually going to help us out really, really, really well. First of all, let's start with probably the most important, which is Post Spin Technician. It's going to help us get out of our post up and spin through and drive in, and then we can get some quick points. That's going to be really, really handy, right? Next up, I'd put on Needle Threader and Break Starter. They're going to help you out a ton. Dream Shake's probably going to be helping you out too there. But if you want, you could chuck on, you know, Pass Fake or Unpluckable there. And then, of course, Bronze Bailout. Now, you aren't the fastest, which is the reason why I didn't put on Quick First Step, but feel free to do so if you want to. And Dream Shake does work. It's not just on AI, it does work on real people. That's just a common myth. But yeah, that's what I'm going to run there for my playmaking badges. And now going over to defense/rebounding. And over here, we're going to go and we're going to chuck on, first of all, Rim Protector, and then Rebound Chaser. And lastly, you could chuck on like Box or something if you wanted to secure those boards and be certain. But also Intimidate is a great option and something that he probably would have used. But you know, there's also Chase Down Artist, Clamps, and Brick Wall, especially if you want to set screens. But you don't necessarily need Brick Wall, it's just going to help you a lot. So personally, I'd probably chuck one into Box, because Bronze Box is really good. And then from there, probably one into Intimidator and one into Chase Down as well. And I'd do something like that. And then if you want to test this one out, there is the Tim Duncan jump shot. And then look, you can go through. Look at that. This looks like a lethal combination, bro. Imagine if this squad was up the Lakers. That'd be insane. But yep, that is it. The Tim Duncan build. Super, super fun to play with. I love playing with Tim Duncan on this game, bro. And if you love playing with Tim Duncan too, this is probably the best way to play with him. That's right, he is an interior finisher. Look at that. This is an awesome build. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, tell me what you think of this build in the comments down below. I hope you guys are liking all the builds. And I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later.